Hey guys, this is a review I've been meaning to do for a few days now. I just haven't had a chance to really film it yet, but here we go. This movie I just checked out the other night called The Fear Footage. I think this is filmed and stuff in 2018, but I think the release came out in 2019, so I'm going to consider it a 2019 movie. Um, but yeah, my buddy Turi ended up reviewing this and stuff, and it sounded really sick. I'm a sucker for found footage movies, and he had said there was a clown story and stuff, so it was a no-brainer for me. And I went and checked out the trailer, and it even made me that much more hyped. Like, the trailer looked better than what Turi was even describing to me. So, yeah, I had to order it. So I went on the site and all that, ordered it, and I even sent my buddy BDG Reviews a link to the trailer and was like, dude, check this out. And he got all hyped for it, and that hyped me up even more. So suffice to say, I had really high expectations for this movie. I was super pumped up, super hyped. And, it came in a package like this, and I think this is a really cool touch. He put it in like an evidence bag, and it fits the movie really well. But yeah, it's pressed on a BDR, so just know that going in. It, like, to me and a lot of people I know, that really doesn't matter as long as it's like a legit copy. I don't care if it's a BDR or not. And even if this does get repressed officially, like, this is from the director and stuff, so this is official. But if it had like a real manufactured release, I'd buy that one too. But yeah, did a really good job with the packaging, and there's some goodies inside of it too. I'm not going to give all that away what it is, but there's some cool notes that kind of adds to the experience of the movie. That's a cool little novelty, and some other goodies or whatever, so that's pretty cool. But essentially, like, a minor description of the plot here. This Detective Cole, and I will say this is a found footage movie too, so know that going in also. It's like a found footage anthology in the vein of VHS and VHS2 and stuff. But yeah, Detective Cole, he's called out to this house, and it's like a kind of an eerie call too, because they're like, this house isn't supposed to be here. This house was demolished a year ago, and the neighbors are all calling because they're kind of tripping that this house is appearing where it really shouldn't be. So the cop is called there, and he kind of busts in, is anybody there? Blah, blah, blah. What typical cops do. And he ends up seeing this tape, like, poking out of a VCR. And he goes and he pushes the tape in, and that essentially starts the first story. I don't remember what the first story was called, but it's this kid. He's having like a birthday party. It's the night before his birthday, and he ends up like looking outside. He sees this clown staring up at him, and he goes, tells his mom. She obviously don't believe him, and then the rest of the story is pretty much this clown pretty much just messing with the kid and his mom, without really going into details. But there was some really effective, just scares in general, but there was also some really effective jump scares. They weren't like fake out jump scares like a cat or something stupid. Like, they were really effective jump scares. There's two in particular in this story that actually kind of made me jump a little bit. The clown looked good, the effects look good. The only gripe I have about that story is there was like a rain effect that was going on outside. That's my only gripe about really the whole movie in general. I thought everything else effect wise was really good. There was nothing really bad, just this rain effect. That's my only problem with the whole entire film, and that's a minor problem. So yeah, and then it goes back to Detective Cole and doing his thing in the house, and then he pops in another tape, and it starts the second story, where it was a pretty cool, like, these storm chasers, they end up running into a cult in the woods and stuff, and the location was awesome. It reminded me of like this abandoned house I used to mess around with in Venice, Florida, way back in the day when I was like a little kid. Me and my friends went busting in it, but whatever. It reminded me a lot of that. So the story was extra creepy to me because the area just seemed like an area I'd been to before. Then it goes back to Detective Cole, and then it goes into the third story, which is this dude. I think it's the director. I think I watched like a Q&A, and I think it's the director playing this part. I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me on that. But this dude, I guess he's like a recovering drug addict, and he says he's hearing these noises in the woods, blah blah blah, and the wife took the kid, And to prove he's not on drugs and all that, he sets up a camera to kind of film these noises and stuff and see what's going on. And it turns into a pretty creepy story. Like, he goes investigating, and there's this whole backstory with this church and all that. And he basically ends up running into this church at the end. It was really kind of well done, really creepy, atmospheric, some good jump scares, some good just genuine scares. And then it finishes off with, it goes back to Deputy Cole, and this to me is where some of the freakiest imagery comes in, is this house is just like messing with him hardcore, and it was just really well done, some good scares. Yeah, it built the tension a lot, and it had a really good sense of dread. Like, every time he'd open the front door to go outside, which should clearly be leading outside, it'll lead to a whole nother room in the house, and the house just won't let him leave, and it's just really well done. And I don't want to give away any more spoilers. I probably already said more than I should, but the movie's great. It's amazing. It's the better film I've seen this year. I mean, I can't say the best yet. I'm still holding out for Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, It Chapter 2 and all that, but the fact that I'm even comparing or putting this movie alongside big $1 million studio budget movies should tell you that this movie is really solid. I think if you thought VHS and VHS 2 was well done or freaky at all, definitely pick this up. This is all the best parts of the VHS series put in one movie without all the crap and filler. It's a quick 72 minutes, so you don't get bored at all. It has a really good backstory, and like I said, when you buy the Blu-ray, you get some little inserts that kind of go into not really the lore, but it kind of adds to the whole experience, and I think it's really worth it. It definitely has some really freaky moments. A film hasn't made me jump like this film. I thought it was amazing. So yeah, definitely I recommend picking this up. And I bought this, full price. I didn't get no kind of deal, so it's not like I don't owe anybody nothing. This is an honest review of this movie. I thought it was so far the best of the year, and I think if you're a horror fan, definitely pick this up. I'll link a trailer to the movie below because I really think the trailer sells this movie. I would have never got this if it wasn't for the trailer. And I'll link where you can order it because it's I think you can only order it really from the site or something. So yeah, I'll link those below. But yeah, definitely check this out. Fear Footage. Anyways, guys, peace.